Yeah, we'll wait for more people.
Hopefully that pullback won't stop me out before it continues up.
Oh, this pullback right here?
Yeah.
God. I mean,
I
thought I was gonna come back in, but I think this is as low as it's gonna get. So I think the low of the day is in. But
Okay.
it's just
I hope so. I got
but,
most of the position off. I only have one contract at what is it, 59. I had it at 60, around 60. I moved it a little below 59.50.
Okay.
Because that's like a lot of highs from this multi-week consolidation now.
Yep.
So I moved it to around there. We'll see. I was thinking we might get a pullback. Actually, I got a little early on that trade, so that's why I got stopped out. First time, second time, I almost got stopped.
From everything I'm seeing, this looks like the end. I mean, could be wrong, but
I'm back.
I think tomorrow, maybe that short day. No, not yet. Yes. Oof.
Yeah, I finally reset that earned a trade account.
Yep.
And had like 3 attempts to get in, but I didn't get filled for any of them.
Really? That sucks.
And they would have
panned out well.
2 of them would have. I'm sure I would have cut them early, I'm sure I would have cut. My issue is even when I have winners, I cut like the majority of the position way too early, and usually don't cut the last contract soon enough. Like I'll let it come back far too much before I finally exit it. Which sucks when it happens, but usually when it actually does run, it typically makes up for it.
Good. Usually runs well then. Interesting move right now.
I took this. I was talking about earlier. I did take the short I was talking about earlier, just in a little sim account, but not on the earned a trade one.
Well, I mean, does anyone if you want to talk about a certain trade, this is just more of a catch-up. It's not really a review or anything, because for the most part, I mean, during the regular session or the training session, I'm talking about things I'm watching. So, yeah, this is just us chit-chatting. If you guys want to talk,
you can try.
if there's something you guys want to highlight, get each other's feedback.
Over there on the shelf.
This is
And
the time to do it.
the spray for bathroom, it's almost out, so you could shoot that. The spray, if you had if you were to light something up next to it, maybe you would.
Earlier when I was talking about how I was mainly focused on longs,
flammable stuff inside.
It was mainly just because after that news, we ran up. Like during the news, we didn't really chop around or anything. We just ran, and far too many times when we do that, I throughout the course of RTH, I'll be not necessarily trying to short back to the bottom, but I'll be trying to short it. And I'm trying to start going with that direction of the news. If we didn't chop around like right after the news, if it was a one-way move, I try to just go in the direction of it. So I was initially trying to just look for longs on pullbacks during RTH, but then missed that one that me and Chia were talking about earlier. And then after we broke down through yesterday's range during RTH, I kind of got rid of my long only bias.
Yep. I think again, I think today was not the hardest because it did respect levels very well, but it wasn't easy either by any means. Meaning, to me, it didn't really fulfill some requirements I was looking for.
Yeah, and all the moves didn't really give us any pullbacks, like
Yeah.
At all, almost.
Yeah,
Agreed.
I was going to say that it didn't seem like it, but it was very decisive.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Oh, that's a very, very good way of putting it, Harvey. It was decisive moves.
It didn't seem like it at the time, though. It was weird. Yeah.
Yeah, the only clean trade I saw was at 9:15 Central Standard Time, which is 10:15 Eastern, in around that area. In the NQ, that was the only thing that I saw that was that gave me a good look at things. Other than that, I mean, I really didn't get anything.
I got in on
yeah. Go ahead.
I got in on the retest of the news scene of crime because it was one directional. So
Yeah.
I like those.
Yeah.
Usually they will come back, retest it, and go. Today it pulled back a little lower than most of the time, but still pretty much respected it, and it was a good trade for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm glad you grabbed that. That was one of them that I grabbed in Sim, but I ended up getting stopped out of it. I think.
Oh, I got stopped
Yep.
out. I got stopped out once. I almost got on my real account, but still, I went to Sim. I got stopped out 2 times before I actually took the got in the trade. One, I got stopped to the tick, and on evaluation I entered a tick lower than my other account, and that's what saved me. So I was 1 tick away from being stopped, and then it ran. But overall, I'm on both. I'm up for the day.
Good.
Wait.
For the week?
No, I think he was just saying it's good. 315.
Yeah, on the last one, I moved it to break even +2. Should I keep it at where it originally was, 0, or keep it at break even?
For ES?
Yeah, because my thinking is if we come back that low, we might run lower.
Yeah. What price did you get in?
This I got 28.25.
I'm seeing a price action to the upside right now. But I'm gonna try to get in at 36. Right here. NQ 5 it closer to 46 if I can get it. If it gives it to me, but given the way that today has panned out, he didn't give any good pullbacks. You know.
Yeah. I mean, when you look at it, but you know, that would have to be your way of entry. If you look at it like pre-market, where, or even like, I think it's up to the open, where we ranged in ES, then we sold off and pulled back to that like little consolidation. From it was right at the open, where we opened, we moved up, and that was like pre-market.
Yes.
There was some consolidation, so we pulled up today and sold.
I was
off.
actually short. I was actually short there, and I got scared off of it for some reason.
What price?
49.75 is where I got short. Wait.
49. Oh, so you're getting.
That's no, that's not it. I don't think that's it. It was 49.75. That doesn't make any sense. Hold on. 49.75. Was I looking at? Oh, that's weird. It says 49.75, but I don't know why it said 49.75. I'm trying to figure that out.
Was it around 927 Central?
This was I opened this at this is pre-market, never mind. Sorry. I got short at 41.57 1/4.
What time was it? Like 8:50 or later?
This was at 9:11 Central Standard Time.
9.
9:11.
And you said 41?
41.57 1/4. I entered at 9:11 Central Standard.
For me, 911 Central price was around 57.
All right, give me a second. Let me manage this real quick.
Yeah, that's all right. No worries.
Yeah. I'll check in a second. Into 2:15. Let's see. Okay. Sorry, just need a quick second. Okay, what is that? 32.25. 275. So that's a 59.75. That's good. Yes. 50. So that's a little bit high. That's a little high. 50 is high. It's better. Okay, so just let it go. At 9. Sorry, because I have to come. I don't know what Jigsaw's stupid thing is at. Jigsaw. It's at 7:11. So that should be. Yep. So that's 7:11 is Pacific Standard. So yeah, it should be 9:11 Central Standard Time. So 9:11 Central Standard. Yeah, 41:57 was my entry. 41:57 and a quarter at 9:11 Central Standard Time.
Well, are you talking about ES or?
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah. Yes. Do you have a different?
At 9:11, I have price was around 57.
Central
Or-
Standard Time?
Yes.
It was around what?
57. I'll
Yeah.
show you a screenshot. Oh, because we
Yeah,
said.
57 and a quarter.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying
Yeah.
41. Okay.
No, I said that was pre-market.
Okay, okay.
So yeah, that was to me that was the only clean setup. The high of the day right when the market opened, that was clean as well, but I didn't like it. I liked it as far as price action. I didn't like it as far as everything else setting up for it. Like it didn't align with all my ducks. So
Yeah,
that's why
That was a
Yeah.
nice short. And where did you place the stop above that pivot high?
Yeah, but I've got out of it early because to me at that time I was still waiting for the Russell. It's the same thing, right? Like at 9:11, I was like, oh, I thought the Russell needed to go back up, and then I was like, wait a minute, the Russell just hit the halfway mark. So I was like, I took it off already, and there was just nothing I can do about that at that time.
Yeah,
I shouldn't have,
I
because
was,
the target again was very low.
I was gonna say, Russell around that time hit the 71.3, the one you said from, it broke it down, retested from the bottom, and
Yeah,
started going down right when you entered. So that was.
it was a good entry. It's just
Yeah.
I got scared out of it for some reason. I don't know what the hell happened.
It was also, good confirmation since Russell's leading.
Yeah.
It's already started moving lower where
Yep.
where you entered. So it was pretty good. I didn't even see that. Didn't notice that.
See, what's scary right now is the Russell's leaning to the upside. However, ES is not moving.
Yeah.
ES is just sitting.
It's building up volume to go higher.
I don't know. Well, no clue what it wants to do.
Like before, like the trade you were just talking about,
Mhm.
Russell was leading by a minute or two, maybe.
Yeah.
And yes, it's lagging a little bit, so maybe that's what's going on.
ES is definitely dragging everything down. So, if ES can just, I mean, they wouldn't. I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of like a sled, right? If they finally release, sorry, not release. If they would need to run up so much more just for ES to go up, because ES is just waiting and waiting and dragging and dragging. And the book is fairly thick right now, to be honest. Surprisingly thick. So, anyone else have any trades they want to highlight or talk about? Or even anything. I mean, this is just open discussion right now.
No, I just need to Wait for better signals. What I found out today.
Yeah.
Need to wait a little bit for confirmation because I've seen a couple times on the news where it will just touch the scene of crime and
Yep.
keep going with no pullbacks or very shallow pullbacks. But I think it's closer to the news where this took a little bit of time to get back to, and yeah, looking at it right now, I could have saved myself one stop, and I would have been way better off than I am. I'm still positive, but would be way better
Yeah.
than I
I
am right
think-
now.
I think the thing with all of this is, the name of the game truly is, and I hate to do this, because it goes against everything I believe in the markets, but you do have to control your downside risks. I mitigated risks in ES. You have. I'm still not mitigated in the NQ. It's at 59.75. You need to mitigate risk. Sorry, you need to protect yourself at all times. That's the truth of the combine trading, right? To be honest, even if you're not doing a combine trading, let's just say you're just trading, you're day trading or something like that, because you don't have to abide by the rules. You don't need to worry about that drawdown as much. But the drawdown is a good thing. But let's just say you have the capabilities of holding overnight, and you still think this is going to be a powerful up move. You could easily just take it and just wait. So I think that it's definitely challenging. It's extremely challenging, which is a good thing, I think.
You mean trading, or
I mean the combine.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, like you said before, it's good because it teaches us discipline.
Yeah. The
And
habits of it.
for your style, it's not well suited. The
It's not.
combine, but for most people in here, like we're day traders, it probably is.
Yeah. I mean, it should serve you guys very well. It's because my entries are sorry, my entries are not precise, and on top of that, my my targets are usually fairly wide, and my stops are wide. Right. So to me, there is an issue there. Yes.
Yeah, but I think you could still trade the way you trade. It just sometimes you won't get the full move. You won't be able to capture that because you have to close at the end of day. But still, from your trades that I see many times when you enter, they run a lot within that one day.
Yeah. Oh shit! Look at this sell-off, guys.
Yeah, not liking it.
That was interesting.
But yeah, I think you could still do pretty good with just trading your system.
My system is really based on just disregarding time. I don't
No,
like
I know,
to.
but even if you just were to close each trade every day, you could still do pretty good. Because whenever you show your entries, even within one day, sometimes you enter pre-market and the price will run a lot. Like I said, sometimes not the whole. You're not gonna capture the whole move, but a bulk of it.
You know,
But then you also have to look at the limit. Like you don't want to go over 900.
yeah. Oh wow. Great fake out by NQ.
Did you get stopped?
I just took it off right away. I'm not too. I honestly just did it because I was bored. I'll be honest. Um, I do think that the low of the day is in.
What is it?
I do think the low of the day is possibly in.
Okay.
But yeah,
Well,
we don't.
What was your trade mitigation for NQ?
For NQ?
Specific.
Mine was at. Oh, nowhere. I didn't get mitigated yet. It was supposed to be at 59.50 or something like that.
Oh,
So
wow.
I didn't get mitigated. No.
Half a point, I think.
Yeah.
I think it ran up to 59.
We don't. But anyways, yeah. So. Imperial, my bias was down the whole entire day. It wasn't just at the open. So, if you look at the, oh, I didn't know that Fat Cat's streaming. If you look at the, screenshot I sent, it was a slight up and then down, right? A massive sell-off. So, I didn't think we are going to get up this high.
Okay, so
My bias was down the whole day. I'm changing my bias now because of how much we've taken. No, it didn't affect it. I was still thinking that the mechanics of the market or the analysis of the market was still very bearish. And then even before we sold off, I was already actively thinking this might collapse.
So what made you change your mind now, since you're saying that the low might be in?
Of the day might be in?
Yes.
To me, it's things have leveled. Gold has leveled. The energy sector has leveled. So it's kind of like, okay, well, with passing of London close and we're not taking this any further, then that possibly was the low of the day and we could possibly continue to build up. And I think we can build up quite a bit.
Okay.
Yeah. Why I thought it was for ES, the room was screaming, my other room was screaming like, this is the high, this is the high, this is the high. At that time, I think it was at roughly about 60s that they were saying that was the high, it was the high, it was the high. And for them, it's really mainly just all the liquidity being taken in, the previous days, right? Previous weeks. For them to say, oh, that's a high, that's a high, that's a high. So a lot of us were just thinking, well, one, we need to go lower, right? We need to just go a tad bit lower, meaning we're not, and I don't mean like 4,000s or something. We just need to get to like 4,100 or something like that, lower. So that's why I thought today was going to be that day. And when they took liquidity to the upside, today being a news-driven day, today being Wednesday, to me, that was it. That was the stealing of liquidity. On Wednesdays, typically we look for steal of liquidity. That was a steal of liquidity moving to the downside. Tomorrow, I think we might actually just go a tad bit lower, maybe 20, 30 points, and then just do a full-on ricochet to the upside. And when I say the upside, I mean we're at that point probably targeting, 4,300s or something like that.
So, Zero, by stealing liquidity, you mean on the news, where we shut up above,
Yeah.
what is it,
We stole
last,
last Wednesday's liquidity.
yeah,
We
last,
stole Friday's liquidity.
okay.
Anyone who sold there, right?
Even from
Mainly,
Wednesday last week, it
yeah,
shut up above there. So that's what you mean by stealing liquidity, right?
yeah. So even though with like levels and stuff like that, market structure matters, right? And I don't mean, I don't know. I don't mean auction market theory, market structure. I'm talking about just simple, higher highs, higher lows, stuff like that, where liquidity will sit, and then that's it. So, I think it's very important to know something like that. What's a swing high? What's a swing low? Stuff like that. That's just simple price actions. Same thing I've always said that if I were to train a toddler or a child to trade, that's exactly what I would make them focus on.
So it's like in this case, the reason for that is because multiple highs from previous days are very close to each other. They're not at exact same level, but close.
Yeah. So it's not necessarily like, oh, I thought we are going to steal that high. Because, again, if you look at the drawings, I didn't think that we're going to go high up at all. I thought we were going to move slightly higher and then reject. Right. So if you look at the thing, I thought we are going to move up to that 3650 area and then just reject. And the question of how far reject was a different story. One of them had us going to like 4100s, the other one going all the way down to 4072, 50, and then bouncing. So that's what I thought was going to happen. So I was always bearish on this. And typically, for me, days like this, meaning these wide rangy days, are really, really good. Like typically, I would make a lot of money off of these days. I did not today.
So Zero, when you said they were screaming that the market's gonna sold off, that was after the news, right? After the news.
That was after the news was announced, but before the market opened.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They were saying it roughly about 64s.
Oh, what? Oh, okay. Yeah, not looking good for long position.
This is interesting. Oh Jesus, it's just collapsing. Harvey, you there? To me, the trade of the day was actually still Swiss. Swiss to me was the trade of the day. It acted exactly like ES, but to me, it had the cleanest entries. You guys have any other trades you guys want to go through, or perhaps?
Well, I only have that one still open. That's pretty much it.
So,
The one I missed in NQ, that was on at around 9:30.
Yep.
And so NQ was still ranging. It retested the high, like the high consolidation, high of day. There was some consolidation. We retested that, and
Yep.
it was still in that low range, sort of like the one that you entered in ES.
Mm-hmm.
But it happened 20 minutes, or actually, 20 minutes later in NQ. So similar scenario.
9:30 Central.
Like 9:35. Yes.
Okay.
And I wanted to enter
I
there because ES
Yeah.
started selling off.
Yeah.
And I think Russell too. Yeah, it started selling off, but I just didn't get fill because it just started moving lower, and I didn't want to chase. 'Cause then
I think I was actually short in that, and then I exited around there.
in NQ.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice short.
I was short at. I think I called it out. I was short at 13,420 at 9:17:28.
Oh, that's nice.
That was the only trade that I made a decent amount of money on. Other than that, I didn't make that much money on.
Oh yeah, I remember you said you closed them when it started moving up, right?
Yeah. I'm basically down for the day because of commissions. I think not a great day of trading on my end, in all honesty. If you're short NQ, I wouldn't be short. So here. Okay. I'll just make Imperator do it. Our Imperator. I don't even know who the fuck is here. But bring out a daily chart. Make one of them a daily chart.
I was just kind of looking at that. We're like, where are we on? Like, we're not even anywhere. We're in the middle again.
Yes, but yes. So go on a daily chart in NQ.
Oh, you're in a trade. Okay.
All right. Actually, you know what? I'll just do it. I think it'll be just easier. Sorry. You can show your trade in a second, Predator. Especially if your mic's not working. Nope. Nope. This one. Hide that. Hide all this stuff. Fuck it. Just open a new one. Compare. Create layout. Use that. So I'm just gonna do I'm gonna do like this. I'm gonna change this to 2 minutes. And this is something that you guys can do on your own. And it'll be a good thing because we can kind of help each other, stuff like that. So actually, 1 second, dudes. Today is Wednesday, so let's just go ahead and go. Let me just change this real quick. There it is. Okay. Right. All right, guys. Let me just do this. Today, Tuesday. Right there. Just bear with me for a second. Settings, I'll make this white. And then yesterday's low. You know what? Could be done a lot easier if I just do. Okay. One sec, guys. Let me just try to. Okay. So this is yesterday's high, yesterday's low, right? We kind of talked about this before. It's, and this is the right side is a 2-minute chart. This is a daily chart. Why it's so important of yesterday's highs and lows, right? If you guys are listening, it's only important, and we went through this before. It's only important if it takes out the previous day's low, and then now is attacking the previous day's high. It's a huge indication, right? So, as we started the day, right, we went lower. This is overnight. London took this lower. What happens then? We shoot above the previous day's high right here. We come back, test it, whatever. And now that we're holding above it, this is a good hold, right? For now, right? You shouldn't be too bearish on this day or on NQ because we're doing that. Because once you take out the previous day's highs or lows, the subsequent high or low on this previous day is important. Do you guys get that?
Yes, and that's one of the reasons I was looking to buy there in ES, because there was also we actually, like on the news, we broke the high, then we came in, broke the low, and that was another reason why I took that long in ES.
Good. So, but here's the thing with ES. So
Yeah,
let's go ES.
Struggling to go
Right?
up.
ES is not doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Now, let's just do the previous highs, lows there. Right? So let's just copy that and paste it over. Here's the difference is that we took it out, came back up, right? And this is supposed to be a big contention area. It just kept on trying to get above it, because if it can, this whole candle will be completely different. This is just liquidity stealing, and it's supposed to be meant as a possible hyper bullish move. But now we've been testing to the downside now. So for me, we could close below yesterday's low, and this is hyper negative or not great, right? So that's for ES, right? It's not holding the previous day's highs and lows. And then let's take a look at this right now. If you guys have questions, let me know. Same thing. We're struggling, you know. But we didn't even do that for the Russell. Never mind. Russell's not even doing.
Can you talk about NQ? Because on
Sure.
that one day, I remember where you took that awesome long in ES, where we broke the high, we broke the low, and that's where you took the long, and it ran up pretty nicely. So here we
Wait,
broke.
which day are you? Can you say that one more time?
Oh, that was, I don't know, FOMC. It was a couple of weeks ago. So, but it was on the news also. I remember the market
Okay.
was moving. It was a wide range too. So on this day, like we broke the low and then the high. But yeah, in this example, we didn't get too far inside the previous day. I mean,
50%.
Yeah, 50%.
Right. So I was marking 50%. And those of you guys, who right there. Can you guys see it?
Yeah, to the tick.
So
is that the only
trading?
Is that the only thing you look at? Percentages, 50%?
Yeah, I mean, I don't look at 38s, 78s, 65, 68s. I think I wanted to, meaning when I started trading and learned about fibs, it sounded really fucking cool, especially you start reading into, they're talking about pine cones and fucking seashells and flowers and everything's a Fibonacci sequence and all this other shit. It sounds really, really fucking cool. Like, it's really cool, right, guys? Like, to be like, oh my God, the whole world is made of this. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to believe in it. But this is why I said all the same shit is the same shit. Like, everything's the same thing, right? If they go, oh, well, if they say, oh, ICT here down to some order block or fair value gap or imbalance or whatever, and then take that long, and then continue to go up and da 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 da, right? Well, if you take a fib and you do, let's just say you do 618.312, I think those are standard 786, and they go, hey, look, it went there. It went to that 618 mark. I think that's 618. Levels. Get rid of the 50. Yeah, right there. 618. Boom. And I just drew that out of blindness. Right? And they're like, oh, look, it works. And then ICT goes, hey, look, it works. And the SMC said, hey, look, it works. And then guess what? During this entire time, during this move up right here, all the volume profile guys, all the fucking AMT guys, let's just say that's a profile. And guess what? That's probably most likely some kind of VPOC there. This is the V shape. And then it comes down, tests the VPOC, and then goes. And then this pullback right here, I don't know what it is, but let's just test it out for fun. Here to here. Holy shit, I drew it again to the 618. Almost perfectly again. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I'm not saying it doesn't work, but it's all the same shit, guys. Like, I mean, maybe my hand is, the universe is a Fibonacci that I drew it perfectly to a 618. I don't know, but it's the same thing. Then, again, ICT, and then, oh, there's an order block here for a very gap, blah, 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 blah. And then we move up, right? And then all the AMT guys say, oh, we auction tried to auction lower, rejected it, came back up into, I don't know, some area that they imagined, came back in and auctioned higher, right? Or some volume profile, like, well, that's the value area high right there of the previous blah, 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 and then now we're going higher. It's all the same higher highs, higher lows. That's all it really is. And I'm not, and that's the thing. It's like all of this shit works and none of it works. It's what speaks to you. If you want to believe in auction market theory, that's cool. Do it and do it well. If you want to believe in, fibs, do it and do it well. That's all you have to do, right? All you have to do, it's very simple. If you believe in fibs, once we get to this area right here, if you zoom in, it's probably going to look something like something that comes down, 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 and then guess what? Breaks structure, retraces, and then goes up. So in this area, it might look like this right here, right? So let's get rid of this, whatever, and draw another fib. Let's see how good I am. I missed it. I guarantee you some kind of fib person would be like, it was close enough. Or they don't draw it correctly. Or they'll manipulate, because I've seen Larry Pesavento manipulate it, where clearly their shit's not there.
They'll massage it,
Yeah,
so...
Did you try measuring it upside down?
Yeah, it's the same thing though. 618 and 318, 382, same thing.
Yeah, they'll like you say, they'll massage it so it fits.
Yeah. Yep. Now again,
you can go up the wicks on the one and the body of the other one. That's how you're supposed to do it, right? You got to go off the body of the one and the wick of the other one.
That's not the way Larry does it.
But does he go from the tail of the one to the body of the other one?
You're supposed to go from a swing to a swing.
You gotta
I can't believe you fell for that. That was pretty easy.
You gotta do whatever works.
Oh, you're talking about you're joking or you're fucking with me. Okay, got it. Sorry. But yeah, I mean, it does work. Look at this. 618, and then he reverses. Because I remember when I first heard about it, I was like, dude, that's amazing. But how? Like, just look at it. 618 down. And then guess what? 618 down. And then guess what? Right here. 618 down. It's like, whoa, but why'd you measure from there and not from here? Because the other ones you measured from there, and this one you measured from there, this one you measured from here. Like, why did you not measure for this one? And then they'll come up with some fucking story. And then, again, this went nowhere. Yeah, it came down, but what is that fucking setup? Where's the setup? Where does this go to? Like, my expectation is not for it to just go, a couple points and then reverse on my ass. My expectation is for it to go and go. I don't want it to just go and reverse on me. And then his reasoning is, I shit you not, dude. He literally fucking said this in it. And that's when I stopped talking to him, basically. He goes, look, if you got in there, your stops are right here. Right here, you'll have 3 to 1. I'm like, yeah. And he goes, and then he thought I was like one of those, I don't know, fucking idiots or something, I guess. He goes, are you not happy with 3 to 1? I was like, it's not about being happy. It's about, I'm not incorrect entering here until it passes this level right here. So when are you actually wrong? Because if you're only happy with 318 or 3 to 1, then you should get out. And if you get out, then you'll never get this or any of this. If you're always going to just be happy with 3 to 1, you would have gone out right here. It was the dumbest thing. And
it's not. Let's not use harsh words like that. It was subjective for sure.
It's not subjective.
not.
I get what you're saying, but to say that, hey, you should get out when you're 3-1, that's
I think
that's
the thing. I don't know. If you don't, if it's out of fear, that's one thing. If it's out of
this.
straight planning, that's a little naive. Not allow it to evolve into it. Now, if that's part of your rules, that
You're
let's
supposed
just
to be
say,
a guru, dude.
oh, okay.
No, I'm serious. This guy's supposed to be a guru,
But I
right?
mean, he's just teaching another. That this is why this is what I was saying this to the group the other day. Why the market acts and reacts the way it does is because of people trading like that.
I
That's
agree.
exactly what makes this thing go up. Well, the brokers love it.
Yeah.
They're gonna because they make money on commissions, right? So they really support the fact that you should open and close at 4 ticks or whatever you. What the fuck? I don't give a shit. Just do it again. Do it again a whole bunch of times. I don't fucking care.
So
Really. That's why when somebody said, "Oh, the broker was screwing me. They didn't give me the best fill," and I'm like, it's actually in their best interest that you do well, because if you dry up, you're not going to give them any more commissions.
yeah,
Then want you to
but he's
do
not a
well, so
broker,
you can
though,
come
right?
back for more, right? It's
Yeah,
probably like I don't know.
but he's not a
You've heard
broker.
Stuff with. No, I'm just saying brokers. And
Yeah.
I've heard that story before, like way in the past in my history. People have always complained, "Oh, the broker fucking screwed me. Got out in the wrong spot because the broker wanted to shake me out. The broker doesn't want me to do well, and this and that." And I'm like, it's actually I don't believe that at all.
No,
broker's
those guys are
sitting on
just
your
idiots.
side.
Those guys are just idiots.
Is
They're
it,
young in their career. They don't
Sure.
understand.
They don't understand logic, so they're idiots.
Well,
Because the broker has nothing to do with it. The broker is just they want you to
putting
trade
deals
us.
together. They're putting
Yeah, they just
letter
want
A with letter C and their
Yeah.
letter B. They're just right in the middle of it all, and that's
they
it.
just want as many people trading as much as possible.
Well,
That's
it'd be
it.
like everybody getting mad at the transport truck drivers or the transport suck or the shipping industry in general. Because they have to charge money because you want a whole bunch of stuff from overseas, or you need produce from Mexico to go to Canada, and you're going to complain about it. You can't complain. That's like complaining about
The car
tires
dealer.
on putting tires on your car, right? Like it's kind of a pay to play. Like we have to have insurance up here. If you don't have insurance, you can't drive, and then people still complain about the price of insurance.
Mm.
Yeah, you can complain about the price of insurance, but it's still something you have to have. So it's a waste of breath. Complain
Yeah.
about it. That's all. And
Yep.
like taking 3-1 back to the 3-1. If that's part of your plan, and if you're right like that more times than you're not. Like I understand that you're gonna miss out on a bigger move, and shutting it off at 3-1 I wouldn't advise. And at least get it so you can allow
Harvey.
the thing to tell you if it's wrong or not. Yeah.
Look at this. This is some shit that he would say.
I
Look.
mean, we don't have to.
No, I'm just saying. I'm explaining it to you. He would take the swing and he'd be like, look, it went to 3-1-2 and then it went up. And then he'll say stuff like, oh, if you were to take it long here.
And I get that. Like, where do you get your reversal? Again, you were saying it before. If you want to use volume profile, you want to use RSIs, you want to use these Fibonacci's, that's fine. It's just not a black and white situation where that's the end of the line. The end of the line is price action. That's all there is to it. So if you can line up a low node, why makes you want to take it other than this low node? You can't just say low node and push the button. That's kind of foolish. You need at least something else. Okay, low node and RSIs at this.
Yep.
Okay, but that's still not enough. Like, are you catching a knife? Like, obviously, every time anybody enters, and this group's getting more and more experienced, including myself. But why do you enter? Right? That's what I was trying to say the other day about why do you enter on the wrong? Because you feel like you're going to miss out on the move, right? Like, let it evolve. And then tell you more, or at least a little bit more, you should get better, at least a little more, I don't know, confirmation. You pay for the confirmation. I don't know.
Okay.
If it never even turns, what was the point? Like, constantly catching knives is not.
Oh, that's what he does. Anyways, so I don't want to deviate too much from it, but yeah, I mean everything's the same, guys. I hope it proves to you. So just find one that makes sense to you, and continue to do it day in day out. Right. For the most part, everything's the same. Right. There's rarely anything that doesn't. Right. So let's see. MACD. I don't know. This is just price action. It's saying that it's crossing here, but guess what? It probably repainted and then crossed here. And then you get in. This is just price action. By the time this uncrossed, well, this Mackie is just price action. By the time this uncrossed, it's right here. Are you gonna get short? Are you gonna get long? What the fuck are you gonna do? You can't get short here, and this is right when it crossed. You're not gonna get short here. You can get screwed. Right? So everything's the same. That's all I'm trying to prove or tell you guys. But really quick, let me answer this. Imperator, I thought you had a question. Means you're open. Please repeat. No. I thought you had another question. Oh, the Wick Russell. You're talking about this right here? This big wiki wheel on the daily? Is that what you're talking about? On the daily? No? Okay. Intraday. This thing right here? Okay. You want to see if that's Wyckoff? No, it's not. Because Wyckoff is essentially a more of a consolidation, right? So I wouldn't consider that Wyckoff. And it has to be like a swing. So this right here is a Wyckoff. I guess you can say that here is one. But this wouldn't be one just because it's not really a consolidation. Are you familiar with Wyckoff, Imperator? Well, I mean, on this time frame, it's not. So if you're talking about an intraday level, then this is not a Wyckoff, right? So, and this is not a spring either. So let's just, and again, I'm just talking about from the intraday level, right? So, we have a sell-off. This will be an automatic rally right here. Down to probably liquidity grabbing and then consolidation right now, right? So just consolidating. Here's your spring. Here's your additional ST, I think it's called. Break, test, break, and then traditionally you either enter on this area right here, or you wait for the break of this, which is seems like right here, or even here, and you retest this zone right here. So either here, or here, and then it goes something like that, right? So it's usually a violent move down, automatic rally, ST2, this is just a range, ST2, break a structure, again, test, retrace up, and then test the area where it broke, and then off it goes. So using that same logic in today's action, you know, I guess you could say that's an automatic rally there, assuming this is a big range. Spring out, which that shouldn't even count, right? Because it went outside that range. And if it is, then that would mean there's possibly more down move. But it's just not consolidated enough to a point where I would consider it. But let's just look on an hourly. Yeah, even on an hourly, it doesn't look like it. If we go on, say, a 4-hour, yeah, so here's, you know, on a 4-hour, we can see it, so a little bit clearer. So down, automatic rally, ST, consolidation, ST, break, test. Yeah, this would probably, to me, be a failed Wyckoff, right? Because it should be from here breaking this, you know, no longer than this. Should be about right here before it takes. Or maybe not. But yeah, so I mean, Wyckoff to me is just consolidation. Because if you ask someone who trades Wyckoff, there's so many different variations of it, meaning some people are looking for multiple STs, multiple things before it, you know, it jumps. That I don't. I went away from it because those two, again, subjective, right? Automatic rally, consolidation, consolidation. Oh, right here. Here's a good purge of liquidity, right? And then from there, traditionally, it would come down here, and then go. So that's why I went away from that. Yeah, ST, I forgot what it stands for. It's like something like the second word is test, but I forgot what the S stands for. In drink test, I don't remember. Something test. Anyways. Yeah, so yeah, I just want to show you guys why the high lows matter. If I was looking at this on a daily, you know, just a little, for us, just a little market structure look at things. You know, clearly we're in our range, right? But let's just start here. Secondary test. Okay, yeah, there it is. Thanks. Here, down to here, blip, up. Supposedly, we're supposed to take off from here. We're not. Down to here. So this is just a market. Like, we're just looking at this from a market structure standpoint. So we basically did nothing. So in your eyes, is this a good investment? Or is this a good move? No. We have unclear higher highs and higher lows. Completely unclear. Hold on real quick. The Dow just did something. There's an 8-1. Oh, the Dow cleared a lot of shit today.
Yeah, I got
Ooh.
Dow Jones breaking down here, and it's the one that's going to lead the whole thing.
Yeah.
And it's already broken that although Russell has put that lower piece in, is Dow's going to lead, and then Russell's got to break, but it's really close to. Russell's just going to break the low of New York session.
Yeah.
It'll be on. Then ES will come in, and NQ is going to lag out. So again, NQ is really going to tell us real direction they want to take this, because that S&P, that isn't a higher high. Like that's just break. That's just it's nothing. It's actually nothing. Just looks like it's something. In NQ, it is something. Sure.
Okay, I don't even need to.
Bless you.
So that's the higher. Yeah, like we're still pretty kind of bullish on the in the grand scheme of it all.
Yeah.
Until NQ produces. Oh. Until we actually start rotating the whole thing. We're not really like it's not a big deal what we're doing right now. We're actually
Yeah, we're not doing anything.
NQ is going to give them a ton of room here to come back down to Asia. Look how far NQ's got to go to get back to Asia session.
I think it's strong.
Yes, yes. And then look at the Dow Jones actually broken down, and it has been breaking down basically almost ever since Asia session. So the two Asias are a little bit different.
Yep.
Well, that really makes it interesting, right? And where it's breaking down right now is actually May 5th. Look at New York low on May 5th.
And what?
In Dow Jones. Also equates to May 4th, May the 4th, high, right? Of New York session. What these tight ranges make it really difficult because they're, if you could look at it in an auction market theory, whatever, just stacking value on top of each other, right? So what is, that's, this potentially looks like it could be a bigger move down. This could be the start of the next, healthy leg down. If you look at well, we don't know that, but I mean, we're definitely coiling tight on the daily, right?
Yep.
We're in the middle of the range. We're actually breaking down to the downside of the range. I've got a dirty, big gap to be filled right underneath this range, right? So for them to come down and grab it, not break the chart, right? You see, as long as we don't go below March, right, we're still cool for bull, right? Still cool for bull. We made new bull on the 1st of May, right? We're still cool bull as long as we stay above March, and we're still cool bull as long as we stay above fucking goddamn October. But would they want to come down and grab it and shake a bunch of people out and make the whole Wyckoff schmear go on a little further?
Could be.
Right? Could. It's how strong were those numbers?
What numbers?
The CPI. Were they like 3x or were they not? Were they just light? I don't think, in your opinion, I guess. Is that
Right here.
the numbers
Inflation's
right?
about the same.
Yeah.
CPI is slightly above.
Slightly? Like not by like a massive, like,
No.
you know what I mean? Like, you know how they usually ask for like whatever it is, whatever, what do they call it? 1/10 or something, whatever?
No, not a
like
lot.
4/10 higher? No, right? So these jobs, okay, we're getting into an election year. I think it's next year's election, or is it this year's election? So jobs are going to play a factor into some of this now. It looks bad that Biden, it doesn't have a fucking handle on the jobs. Like if there's not as many jobs or whatever they fucking do with the jobs.
Yeah.
When's the next jobs report? Whatever they want
Um,
to spin that jobs, that's what I'm just suggesting is whatever they're going to spin, they're going to spin it off that goddamn jobs shit. Okay? And we're going to get back into the fucking, what do you call it, the commodities or whatever, like the oil and gas, because summer's going to start to get into full fucking crank. And so now you're going to switch off to that. Then shipping, because of the pressures of this. Then fucking airlines, and then we can start the whole fucking rotation again, right? Because airlines use a ton of fuel, so if fuel is expensive, right? You get that's the way I look at it. And trains, all the shit uses transportation, right? So when demand goes up, demand for any products, right? We're gonna have an increase in distribution, which costs money to ship shit around. It seems like it's free, but it's well, not fucking free. It blows my mind that we can ship shit from fucking all the way across the planet instead of just making it here cheaper. I don't. It just blows my mind.
it just hit my level, or in the area I'm interested in. 13313. So I'm seeing if I can.
It's the wrong time of day.
I actually want to do it.
See, that's the thing. They love to put it. They love to do that too, right? Get you to the wrong time of day to fucking shake you around. That was like yesterday's close. And all of a sudden, boom, it drops, and then everybody's all excited again for a couple minutes, and then it was like it was done. It was over. Be a ninja to grab it. That's the wrong time of day. Shit, wait a second. The story might be in the yields. Take a look at yields.
Which one?
A 2-year government bond.
No.
And then T-bonds are breaking out almost again. Now it's kind of getting to be interesting, right? It was fine before, it just followed everybody else, but now it's a little different. I was looking at my charts. It's funny.
I don't know. I'm looking at it right now.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. I was disconnected there.
Uh, instead, I'm watching. I don't know. I'm looking at NQ right now. That's really interesting. I'm not gonna pull a trigger on this. This for some reason they're just running it right now. I need to jump to the other room real quick. So, oh Jesus. If you guys are still here afterwards, I'll catch you guys. But you guys should review together too. It's been a little bit too quiet in here. All right, guys. I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'll be back.
So I just realized I had goobered up this morning. I run 2 instances of Sierra Chart, one for Earn to Trade and then one for either my actual account or just sim trading. And I had just been using that one because I haven't been trading Earn to Trade for like the last 2 weeks. But I reset it this morning, and I was like trying to get it all set up on the 2 separate instances, and I mixed them up, and I'd actually been trading the damn Earn to Trade account today, not my little sim account. I didn't do bad or anything, but I just realized that I just screwed that up. I also was in a damn short in that account from 46.75, and I pulled the John. I was out at 38.25. But I definitely did not expect this. Like, I didn't even expect us to get to low day. If we get a pullback to 24 around there, I might be looking to get short.